Hello and welcome to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar. In this video we'll be considering what the effect is of using a compound sentence. A compound sentence has two or more main clauses that are linked by either coordinating conjunctions, so that's words like and, so, but, or, nor, neither, either, or those main clauses are linked by a semicolon or a comma. So for the example I'm going to share with you, I'm giving you an example that's involving the coordinating conjunction, but also the same example with a semicolon, so you get the gist of how each could operate and be correct as a compound sentence. So let's take this ship. The ship rose up like a cliff face above her, and she knew she was alone. Instantly, that coordinating conjunction and is linking the initial main clause, the ship rose up like a cliff face above her. And it could make sense as a simple sentence if we put a full stop there. But then when we add and, the other clause that also makes sense on its own, she knew she was alone, is bound to it. The same example, when we then bring in the semicolon, doesn't need a coordinating conjunction because the semicolon functions to join and fuse these two main clauses together to prove there is a link between them. Now revisit these two sentences and consider what the impact is of using a compound sentence in either form, like this. Hit pause if you need thinking time. So what are the effects on the reader just by looking at these two sentences? Well, the joy of the compound sentence is that whether you're using a coordinating conjunction or a comma or semicolon to fuse the sentence, we're showing the equal importance of each clause in the sentence. Often, a compound sentence is adding a rationale or rich additional information that you wouldn't just get through the simple sentence. For example, that additional piece of information about how she feels alone wouldn't be so powerful just in its own simple sentence because it is linked to the fact that the ship rose up like a cliff face above her. Equally, the use of connectives, coordinating connectives and conjunctions like and, shows that there's a binding link between the two clauses. But equally, using words that are contrasting like but or nor or shows the distance and contrast between what's going on in those two clauses, which could be quite powerful, especially if you're arguing a case or you're making a series of points. So it's interesting also to note that sometimes if so many clauses are linked in a compound sentence, they can be used so deliberately, if you like, to overwhelm us as a reader by adding so much detail that we might not follow it initially and then need to reread. Now, this is not best practice for you as a writer, but often in legal documents or in heavy jargon writing for technical academic work, you can find that compound sentences are used to strong effect to prove how important the information is that it needs to be gleaned over more than once. In essence, compound sentences are a great way of sharing more than one key piece of information, but proving they are linked in some way. And it's a very clear way of offering more than one equally important idea that's linked to the sentence you're conveying that information on. Why not subscribe to Miss Hannah Loves Grammar for all things English, literary and grammatical?